Hey, what is up guys, Phoenix here, and welcome back to part 2 of our Itadori Yuji pixel art tutorial. So, where we last left off, we were just covering the width of the pixel art, so we went from left to right. We left a couple of placement blocks all over, and those are going to be kind of our points of reference for where we want to work with today. So, let's start with the left side, where we kind of have this 5 vertical, I believe, marked off on this 4 flat. And I think this should be the only thing we have marked on the left side, pretty much. So, use the right-hand camera screen if you're having trouble locating where I'm at. You can see I'm breaking the blocks over there, and I'll replace them so you can see it. So right here. And once you're able to locate this, this is where we're going to start for today. So pause if you need to, but we're going to continue. So, from this 5 vertical, we're going to put a placement block on top so that we can go up into the left 5 vertical a second time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go to the second to last block from the top, so this one right here. And I want you to put 2 coals to the right. 1, 2. From there, we need to build like this little diagonal line, kind of like what we have right there where I'm swinging. You can see it just kind of extends off the scarf and then stops. So that's what we're doing right here. So we're going to go to the end right here and put a placement block underneath, so that we can go down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into the right 2 singles. 1, placement block 2, down to the right 2 flat again, 1, 2. From that 2 flat, we're going to go down into the right 4 singles now, so placement block underneath or to the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And that's it for that little segment right here. Like I said, it's just going to kind of float off into nothing over here. We can go back now to the 5 vertical we built this off of, and instead of the second to last block, we're going to go to the block on the top now and continue working from there. So let's put our placement block on top so that we can go up into the left 1 single, up into the left 2 flat, 1, 2, up into the left 6 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up into the right 5 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to kind of flatten out now and head towards the neck. So let's put our placement block to the top side again. And we're going to go up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Whoops. 2. Up into the right 3 flat. And we're going to do that 4 times in a row. So count carefully with me. 1, 2, 3. That's 1. 1, 2, 3. That's 2. 1, 2, 3. That's 3. And then finally, 1, 2, 3. That's 4. And get rid of these placement blocks now. It's looking good. I might go do some of the other placement blocks over there, just to get those out of the way after we get more of the neck done, because as you can see on the right side, we have the neck, or just that long vertical right there is for the neck, but we don't have anything like that for the left side yet. So I kind of want things evened out before I go over there. Anyways, from those 3 flats, we're going to put a placement block on the end again so that we can go up into the right 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 flat again. 1, 2. And you can just see I'm just putting my placement block at the end each time as well. We might switch direction suddenly, but I'll just tell you when it's when we are doing that. So as a good practice method, always just put a placement block at the end and you should be 90% of the time you should be fine, unless we're switching directions, but then you'll know. Anyways, from there we're going to go up into the right 2 singles, 1, 2, up into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, and then finally up into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. From that 3 flat, what we want to do is go to this final block on the right over here and put an extra coal on top, like so. From that extra coal on top, we're going to put a placement block above it and go up into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. And from that 2 vertical, we're going to mark it so that we can come back to it later when we want to do more of the face. But we can also bridge in the opposite direction to make the face meet up with the rest of the chin actually, meet up with the other side. So that's what I kind of want to do. I want to get the bottom half connected before we start building up. So we're just going to leave that marker there on the 2 vertical and go back a little bit. So Instead of from this top block, now let's go to this bottom block in the 2 vertical. And we're going to go down into the right from it. So let's put our placement block underneath, or you can put it on the right side. And we're going to go down into the right 5 singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we delete those. All right. From those 5 singles, what we're going to do is let's go to the first one at the top right here that's connected to this like L shape we created before. And on this first one, what we're going to do is go down into the left 2 singles from it. So 1, 2, and we can mark those and come back to them later. I just want to make sure everything that's built off of these 5 singles, we have a reference for. Then what we want to do is on the 3rd single from the top. So this is the first one, 1, 2, 3, this 3rd one right here. What we want to do is we're going to build down from it 11 more coals. So let's go underneath it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if you were to count this, it should be 12 because we had the first one there already and we put 11 below it. So make sure you count carefully. As you can see, when we built down, it kind of connected to the 4th one as well. So that's how you can kind of know if you're doing it correctly. And this 5th one is still dangling by itself. All right, it's looking good. We can mark the bottom block in this 11 vertical we just added, so we can come back to it later. That is going to be part of the nut line for his neck on the left side. So we could have looped this down, but I'm not doing that yet. Instead, what we're going to do is go to the 5th single now, so this last one over here, and continue working with it. So let's put our placement block underneath or to the right side. I suggest putting it to the right side for this next part because as we dip, once we come back up, you could still put it to the right side because we're going down into the right, but then we're going to go up into the right. So since both of those directions have the right in common, just putting your placement block on the right side is the most efficient method. So from here, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, placement block on the end. Down into the right 4 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4, placement block on the end again, and then delete the old ones. Down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, down into the right 1 single, down to the right 2 flat, 1, 2, down to the right 2 singles now, 1, 2, down to the right 2 flat again, 1, 2. This is very repetitive. It's just kind of, we want to keep small numbers for the jaw, that's why. So anyways, so we have 4, 1, 2, then 1, 2. Okay, from here we're gonna go down into the right 1 single, down into the right 2 flat, down into the right 1 single again, down into the right 2 flat, and let me just zoom out real quick to see what I'm working with here. So if we go back, let me just retrace my steps, sorry. So going back to the top right here, before where we bridged off, we have 1, 1, 2 flat, then 4 singles, then 2 flat, then 1 single, then 2 flat. All right, that's good. 2 singles, 2 flat, that's good. And then from there we have, oh, okay, then it's gonna be 1, 2, 3 times in a row. So we have 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2. We need to do it again. All right, so going down to the right, we're gonna put 1 single, then down into the right 2 flat. From that 2 flat now, we're gonna put a placement block at the end and go down into the right 10 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is the jaw, that's the middle point of his face pretty much. So you can see it's kind of in the center of everything, which is good. From there, we can start the mouth, I want to say, but we can also, I don't think we have to. Let me just double check real quick. Oh wait, yep, we do. I was gonna see if the mouth was close enough to the eyes that we didn't have to do it from here, but we do. So what I'm gonna do is, on the final block right here in the 10 flat, what we're gonna do is we're going to put 20 placement blocks going straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And right above that 20 stack, we're gonna just put 1 coal right there. and then mark that coal. We can come back to it later when we want to work with the face. For now, we're not really doing anything with it. And I don't even think it's going to stay coal. It's probably going to change to a shading block. But we're not worried about it yet. We just want to have a marker there. So on the 21st block, pretty much, we have that marker just floating there. It's going to look like a pimple. Anyways, back down to the 10 flat right here. We're going to put a placement block on the end, and we're going to start going up and to the right. So we're going to first go up and to the right 2 flat, 1, 2. Then we're going to go up and to the right 4 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's just delete these dirts. Yes, sir. From there, we're going to go up and to the right 2 flat again, 1, 2. Up and to the right 3 singles, 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 2 vertical, 1, 2. And it's going to start getting a little bit steep here because we have a kind of a short space to meet up with that angle. We're going to go up and to the right 10 singles, so count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And it should touch the wall. You can see we're on the 3rd to the last block from the top, which is a good indicator that you're correct right now. And on the right hand camera screen, things look evened out, so that's pretty good. Alright, so first order of business in cleaning up some of these extra placement blocks is, since we're already close to this part of the jaw that we connected to, let's work with there first. So we have this single on top right here that we can just remove. And I want to put an extra placement block on top like so. So that way we can go up and to the right 2 singles. So 1, 2, like that. From that first single, what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 coal below it, like so. So it's connected to that top block. And from that one below we just placed, we're going to put another 4 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we should be left with now is this 5 flat segment. So 3, 4, 5 connected to the top block and this first single. From that 5 flat, we can kind of mark it and come back to it later. And then we're going to go to the second single now. And what we want to do is we're going to put 1 coal on top and an extra 5 coal to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. From that 1 coal on top, we can mark that and come back to it later. But what we're going to do is from that extra 5 flat we put to the right over here, we're going to start going to the right of it. So let's go down into the right 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the right 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down into the right 3 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. Placement block on the end. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Down into the right 5 flat again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, that 3 flat should have connected to the 4 flat we had right here at that diagonal, completing that shape. So we can get rid of that first placement block. The second placement block we have right here is actually going to eventually meet up with that 5 flat we have marked over there. So we can actually do that right now. So we could go back over there, or we can just stay over here to where we have this marker and continue. So I think I'll do that. So where we have this marker right here, we'll just remove it from the end, put a placement block at the end, and go up into the left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3, like that. Placement block on the end. Up into the left 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Things are really close right here, but it's fine. This is just like double layering of the scarf. So from there, we're going to go up into the left 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally, we're going to go up into the left 4 flat, followed by another 5 flat. So count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block on the end, and then 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 4, 5. And as you can see, it should have connected to that 5 flat we already had marked out, so we can remove those marker blocks now, and it completes the shape. Looking at the right hand camera screen, you can see it's like the hoodie is double layered. It's for a shading effect. It's just for extra detail, so it's not too important that it looks perfect, but you can kind of just see the general shape it gets going. Anyways, where can we go from there? There is a piece right here that I don't have marked out that I kind of want to work with right now, so I think we'll do that. So where we just connected to that 5 flat right here and we removed those placement blocks, let's go to the 23 vertical that it's connected to. So this right here, which is just the biggest part of the right side of the neck. And what I want you to do is on the bottom of this 23 vertical, you can see we have this 5 flat bridged out from it. Once you locate this 5 flat, we're going to go to this first block in the 5 flat, and I want you to put 1 coal on top of it. And once you do that, you can get rid of the extra placement blocks. Hopefully you were able to locate where I'm working with right now. I know this can get really confusing. Just take your time, guys. A lot of people want to just get this thing done as soon as possible, and then it just gets messed up. Anyways, from that single on the top we placed, we're going to go up and to the right. 3 more singles. So 1, 2, 3. Placement block on the top or right side. Up and to the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up and to the right 1 single. From that single, we're going to put a placement block on top so that we can go up and to the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the left, so we're switching direction now. 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just to meet up with the wall, we're just going to put a placement block on the top or end and go up and to the left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. All right. Don't lose track of that 3 flat you just placed. What you're going to want to do is put another layer of grass blocks above it, like so. And then above that layer of grass blocks, we're going to put another layer of coal. So we have like this coal and dirt block sandwich, which sounds pretty gross, but we can get rid of the dirt blocks now. And from the edge of that 3 flat we just placed above, we're going to start going to the right. And let's put our placement block to the end and go down into the right 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're just basically creating all the layers of the hoodie right now. Down into the right 8 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just to hopefully meet up with the bridge right here, we're just going to go down into the right 4 singles. So 1, 2, 3, and then finally 4. Perfect. Now that we have that segment done on the right side of the hoodie, we still have a couple more dirt blocks to kind of work with over here on the right side. So you can see we have this, let's see, right close to where we finished, where if we just go to the right side, we have 2 placement blocks on this 7 vertical right here. So we have 1 at the second to last block from the top, and we also have 1 all the way on the bottom. Let's work with this second to last from the top right here and just put 2 coals to the left of it first. 1, 2. From there, we can then go down into left 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 flat 3 times in a row. So placement block 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then we just delete these extra dirt blocks. Placement block on the end. Down into left 1 single. And then finally down into left 2 flat. 1, 2. Perfect. So from here we can backtrack now and then go to the bottom block in that 7 vertical now. And now from the bottom block in that single, we can put a placement block below it and go down into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. From there, what we're going to do is just keep putting your placement block on the bottom each time. You should be fine. We're going to go down into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Down to left 1 single. And then we kind of need to flatten out a little bit here, so it's going to start switching to flats. So what we're going to do is go down into left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Down into left 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally, we're just going to go down into left 2 flat 4 times in a row. So count carefully. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then finally, 1, 2, that's 4. Perfect. So that covered 2 of the placement blocks we had here on the right side. The next one we want to work with is right here in the bottom right corner, where we have this 1 single just hanging off the left of that 4 vertical. So what we can do there is remove that extra placement block right here, put a placement block to the left side, to the left side like that. So that way we can go up into the left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keep putting your placement block to the left side and you should be fine for this next segment. We're going to go down into the left now, 4 flat, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. Placement block and do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Down into left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down into left 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. And you can see the numbers getting smaller because we're shifting direction and heading towards the ground. So from that single, we're going to go down into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. Down to left 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Down to left 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. Down to left 2 flat. 1, 2. Down to left 1 single again. 1. And let me just zoom out so I can see what we're working with here. So since we flattened out, we have this 2 vertical, 2 flat, 1 single, 2 flat, 1 single. All right, perfect. From there, what we're going to do is go down into left 2 vertical. So placement block to the left or bottom side. 1, 2. Then we're going to go down into left 2 flat. And I want to do that 6 times in a row. So count carefully. Placement block on the bottom. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. 1, 2, that's 5. And then finally, 1, 2, that's 6. Perfect. And we're really close to the ground. All we need to do now to hit the ground, hopefully if you're doing things correctly, is go down into left 2 singles. 1, 2. And then down into left 2 flat. And that should have touched the ground. So looking at the right hand camera screen, you can see the jacket kind of mimics what we have going on with the left side, so that's pretty good. The only thing we're missing is the neck connecting and then some of the details in the jacket. So what I want to do is fly to the left side of the neck, or if you can just go to the middle actually, where we have this placement block on the left side of this 2 flat. That'd be a good point to work with. All we're going to do is first, before we go to this 2 flat on the left side, if we go to the right block that we don't have marked, we can go down from it and we'll place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 placement blocks below it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then underneath that, we're going to put 5 pieces of coal going straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's because we're going to be doing the zipper that's in his jacket. Or not the zipper, the button. Sorry. So from that 5 vertical, the button is pretty simple to do. It's kind of circular. So let's go to the top. And we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. From that 2 vertical, we're going to go up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Up into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And this is the top of this first button, so we have to bring it back down. So you can put your placement block underneath as we round it out. It's kind of the same shape on the left side, on the right, but I'm going to just say it anyway. So we're going to go down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Placement block. And let's curve it back in and meet up with the other 5 vertical on the opposite side now. So let's go down into the left 1 single. Down into the left 2 flat. Down into the left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And then we have to go up now to meet up at that angle. So we're going to put a placement block on the left or top side and go up into the left 2 flat. And then finally up into the left 1 single. Perfect. So that's button number 1. To get to button number 2, what we're going to do is go to the middle block in this bottom 3 flat we have here. And from that middle block, what we want to do is go underneath it and put 5 placement blocks underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 coal after that. From that one coal, we're going to put 3 more to the right. 1, 2, 3, like so. And we're going to build a similar shape to this first button, but the dimensions are going to be slightly different. So on the left side of this 4 flat, we're going to go down into the left 1 single, down into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2, and then down into the left 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we go back up, we can just do the same thing to the right side. So that means we're going to go down into the right 1 single this time, down into the right 2 vertical, 1, 2, and then down into the right 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we need to curve them into each other and meet up. So from that 4 vertical on the right side, we're going to go down into the left 1 single, down into the left 1 single again, placement block underneath, down into the left 4 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just to meet up at that diagonal, we're going to go up into the left 2 single from the end right here. So 1, 2, perfect. This button doesn't actually connect to anything, so if you guys have a weird looking circle or whatever and it's bothering you, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be a circle. So for anybody who always wants to look for the parts that don't actually matter, this doesn't connect to anything, so it doesn't matter if the button isn't perfect. Same with this line right here that comes off of the jacket, or those lines that are just kind of floating off in Narnia. They don't connect to anything ever. They're just detail lines. Anyways, let's go back up to this 2 flat we have marked, and on this left block, we're gonna just bring up the neck right here, and that's gonna be the final part for today, or for this part of the video at least. So from this left block in the 2 flat, all we're going to do is we're going to go up into the left from it, 4 flat. So let's put our placement block to the left or top side. 1, 2, 3, 4. From that 4 flat, what we want to do is we're going to find the 3 left blocks, so these 3 right here, and put another layer of coal on top. From that layer of coal we just added, so it's 3 flat, we're going to go up into the left 3 flat again. 1, 2, 3. Up into the left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. Up into the left 3 flat again. 1, 2, 3. Up into the left 2 flat. 1, 2. And then finally, we're just going to go up into the left 10 vertical. So count this carefully. We're going to put our placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And as you can see, it met up with the piece of the neck we had right there already at the diagonal. And I'm not going to get rid of this placement block yet because some of this can be used for the other part of the jacket. So let's go down here and delete these placement blocks though. But we're still going to leave this one right here that the 10 vertical just connected to, because we still have a little bit of the jacket to do on this left side. But that's where I'm going to stop for today because I have a lot of background noise interfering. You might have noticed a few jump cuts in this tutorial, and I'm going to have to record on a different day. Hopefully you guys understand and enjoy. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.